Welcome to Mechanicy Stuff. Welcome to Mechanicy Stuff. Today's adventure is we're going to try and get Fiona's engine off the engine stand and onto the engine hoist so we can refit the flywheel and the clutch. I came across this. The previous person had taken it off with a hammer and chisel. I've dressed it the best I can, to be honest. Obviously, we'll put it back on with a socket. But that was one thing. The other thing is this. That's basically the crank starter, but it's got 3 notches in it. And I have been studying this and studying it, and I couldn't bloody work it out. Because a standard cranking handle, it'll fit in one, but then obviously the second one's bloody useless, isn't it? And I thought, well, it can't have 3, because there'll be a possibility of it grabbing, you know. Well, anyway, I was looking at a little Citroen Arcadian van for a friend of mine. And when we lifted the hood up, on the bulkhead is a little cranking handle like that. But it's only got 1 pin. And I had a look at the Arcadian, and it must be an old French thing. The slit that the cranking handle goes to, it's got a little cutout for 1 pin. So they must have just had 1 bloody pin. That's the only thing I can think of. And it's actually quite logical, because you've got 3 different sort of positions, you know, if it slips. So anyway, that's that. We made these. These is to lift. They actually screw into the engine top. So I'm not fitting the cylinder head yet. We'll do that when the engine's in situ. It makes it a lot lighter for me and a lot less messing around. So we'll get these screwed in, and then we'll come back to lift it up. We've got to get us absolutely sort of cock on, you know. There's one last little thing I've got to do before we, they're well in, aren't they? Before we actually pop the engine back in, and it's to use our new super duper pull-on grease gun on the grease nipple on the clutch bearing, on the clutch release bearing. So I'll screw this in. That'll do. That'll do nice. In fact, we'll set it up then. This is not going down, isn't it? You can see how I do it. Just do that. 1 into there. And 1 into there. If you want to see Fiona's engine fitted, please press the subscribe button and press the bell icon, and it'll notify you when future videos are coming up, because there's quite a bit of stuff happening, to be honest, at the moment. Right, well, we'll leave it at that for the mo, and I'll get back out, because I've got to sort of grease gun out and all that, sort this out. Alright, cheers, bye-bye. Right, we're back again. I've got the old, the new end fitted to the grease nipple. Go this way. We'll see if it works. Actually quite hard to see in. It's crap out there, but there is the grease nipple. So, in theory, we should be able to put that on. Ho ho ho! Now, there you go. I thought that was going to piss absolutely everywhere. We'll just try another one. There's another one here on the steering box. Well, like this. Oh, it says you just ripped it out of his grease gun. But yeah, no, I'm happy with that. It's just shit Chinese grease guns. Well, it'd be better, actually, put it onto a flexi hose. But anyway, that's what I wanted to do. Well, I'll have a fiddle with this later on. I'll stick it on the workbench. We'll have a play with that, but no, well enamoured. That actually works really, 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 really well. Right, so that's greased, that's greased. We'll get this under tension and get it swinging in the air. Try and get it as balanced as I can. Like this, bloody stupid. Sodding engine hoist doesn't fit between the legs of the crane. Who designs this stuff? Tell you, sometimes I get down on my hands and knees and pray to all the deities that the dicks who design this stuff get the cock trapped in the fly every bastard morning till the day they die. They're not fit for purpose. And yeah, you could offset it, but then, you know, it's just absolute madness. All right, let's find a spanner. 22. That's him, and I'm guessing that's 17. It is a bit of a hodgepodge of nuts and bolts, and I think the last one is an Allen. I have to. Is it that one? Ooh, I want a bad guess, Bobby. Right. Hold attention. Rip these out. I mean, these are engine hoists. They're not vastly expensive. I think this was like 120 quid off the internet. But by gum, we don't have to make a difference. Better than trying to roll it round on the bloody floor or on a, on a pallet. There you go. Of course, I was short of blubbering nuts and bolts as usual. So it's all basically what I could scram up. I'll just shove all that down on there. I'll dig you up later. Go ahead, tight. Need another 22. Must have had me porridge that morning. It just seems though, every time I get one step closer, something else bloody crops up. Oh, there's a tin there. Try and keep everything together. So anyway, get back to the cranker. I'm going to try and go to the motor museum and ask them if they've got a Chenard or a Delahaye in, and ask them very politely if I can photograph the cranking handle. And if we can get a photograph of it, we can duplicate it, can't we? We can make one. Because obviously it didn't come with it, it's been lost over time by, you know, I would guess the original owner. Yeah, buggers under 17, that was 17. Hello, Daphne! I was crapping myself when I had to put this on here, because I was really, really scared of the casting breaking, you know. But that should. Jaffy! Oh, I nearly forgot. I've got something to show you guys. Something that arrived in the post for me. A present. Let's get rid of that. My dodgy homemade spacers. Let me get the Prezi first before I forget again. One of our viewers was taking the piss out of my measuring equipment. So he very kindly sent me, not those lucky ones, 3 really nice micrometers and a Zeus book. So thank you very much, Mr. Stavely. It's very kind of you. Cheers. Actually, it's not Mr. Stavely. It's a lad called Colin Howe, but I knew him from school, and his nickname was Stavely. Come on, Daffers. Right, back to it. They should come out. Ah, bugger. Oh, happy days. Right. I thought one of these was missing. I'll show you, and then we're going to get this out. In fact, it's over on the bloody lathe. Good job of it, make myself look a right pillock. I thought one of these was missing. Yeah. And I've set up to actually make one, and we don't have to now. I'll pop them probably into the gearbox, and they don't get lost. Come on, Daffers. Let me just get the other one. Here we go. There. Can you come over? They're not studs, are they? The spacers. But it's so you can, so the gearbox fits, or goes in place, something like that. So they're right here, and that bugger's stuck out, isn't it? We'll probably just give him a little tap in. Just find out. There's a little bit of tube. I might do it. No. Well, that's it as it is. Anyway. I'm just wondering whether that's spline. Because obviously the grease on the clutch release bearing, normally you just clean them. Yeah, because if you put grease on, it's going to get full of shit, isn't it? I'll tell you what we will do. We'll give it a blather of silicone lubricant. That'll do. That gives it half a chance, doesn't it, for the clutch plate to slide in and out on the splines. Right, let's have a look at this. Let's see if we can get this out the road now. Right, we're free. Just swing them out. Super duper. Right, it'd be interesting if we can. Let me see if I can get that bastard out now. I've got the clutch to build up there. These were just homemade. The engine hoist only came with a certain number of them, so I just knocked a couple up out some inch box section, cut some spacers. Every engine's different, isn't it? Basically where it bolts on. Right, what we'll do is I'll just get a Stanley knife and we'll just trim these gaskets off here, and then we can start to put the oil seals on. When I say oil seal, I'll show you. They're just out it. Just don't need to catch on those ends. Now I'll clean that face up. Put that for out. Just give that a little cleaner weenie. Well, there was no gasket on this face, so I'm not. I mean, I suppose it's dry, isn't it, really? I don't really know, to be honest. To be honest, it doesn't really matter, because it's all coming in bits again. I'm just impatient to see if it'll run. Right. That is the oil seal. There are the nuts. That's difficult, isn't it? I'm going to hump it out and mount to my hammer, isn't it? I'll just show you the oil seal anyway. You want to see it, Daphne? It's a strange one. Basically, it goes on this way. It goes on like that. Yeah? And any oil that sort of creeps past is thrown into here, and obviously it can't get past that. And when that's on, because obviously that's spinning, how efficient they are. The gearbox was splattered in oil, yeah? And the gearbox ain't leaking because at the moment, as you can see, it's full of diesel. I've drained all the crap out of it. So the gearbox ain't leaking that way, because if it was, there'd be a pool of diesel on the floor. So I'm assuming it's come out of here. And I'm assuming what it does, basically what it does, it hits that. Any oil that goes into there drains out and runs out the bottom and runs back into a hole, back into the sump. So that's alright, isn't it? Right, we'll leave it at there for today. If you want to see the engine fitted, press the subscribe button, press the bell icon, and it'll notify you when the video's coming up. Alright, cheers, bye bye.